Now, this morning we'd like to welcome to breakfast Scott Radway, who's the executive director of Sea Change, and to talk to us more about the 4FJ movement pledge. Okay, and this is something that was launched on Wednesday. Okay, for the month of June. It'll run from now till September. Where they'll be asking Fijians, okay, to not to buy, sell, or eat two particular fish that we'll highlight this morning. Okay, and this is during the breeding season. So, firstly, good morning to Scott, and welcome to Breakfast at Fiji One. How are you this morning, Scott?
Good morning, Yandra. Good, and thank you for having us on today.
Okay, so tell us about the Keep the Pledge that 4FJ launched on Wednesday.
Sure. It's so this whole campaign began because there was concern about the health of Kawakawa and Donu in Fiji. As the population has increased and fishing has increased, these fish, the health of them have decreased quite rapidly. It's been over just 30 years, 70% decline, and they call it landings, the fish that are coming on shore. So that's happening. It was a big concern for the fisheries department and the public. And so this campaign, these fish gather each year in these months to spawn, to breed.
Yeah.
So that's why they were vulnerable, because they're being fished heavily when they're trying to spawn. But to me, the good news in there is that because we know how they spawn, we know when they spawn, we actually can help them quite easily to start restocking the reefs. And that's what the pledge is all about, just giving them some space to breed, to restock the reefs. So that's the pledge. And as you said, it started on Wednesday, June 1st. Through September, we ask people to pledge not to eat these, to take a voluntary pledge so we can let them to start restocking the reefs, because it's a food source, an income source, and it's culturally important too, as everybody knows. Sunday dinner without Kawakawa and Donu in the future is not a good vision. Huh?
Yeah. So since you've been starting with the campaign in the first 2 years and just creating awareness, for people here in Fiji, how has it been, the response from the public?
Yeah, this response to me has been extraordinary, so let's say in Suva, people maybe weren't aware of the state of the fishery. However, they were aware at the market the fish were getting more expensive and were getting smaller. And so what we're doing is providing them the information on why it's happening. And then we feel the solution has been simple enough. If you think about it, the pledge is just a little bit longer than a traditional tambu. And so when they learned, one, about the health of the fishery, why, and then the opportunity to do something right here, right now about it, the response has been really good. And the first 2 years that we did this, we've gotten 8,500 pledges from the public, and this is all walks of life. This is in Suva, out to the village, fishermen. And as you probably know, we've had the Methodist Church come behind it. It's really made sense to people. So it's been exciting. I think initially, the issue was just getting the information out and giving people an opportunity to make the decision. And surprisingly, they've made the decision quite quickly. It's reluctance, right? It's a little bit of a change during these 4 months, but the idea that we get more of them later, and that's really what the campaign's about. It's been quite good, the response,
Scott, I know that is it group it's called, the Kawakawa and of course Donu, and they're pretty, they're A-grade fish, so the call is just as important. How is the campaign being monitored, if it is at all?
I mean, as far as absolutely a grade A fish, and grouper's kind of the common English name. In Fiji, the most common names are Kawakawa and Donu across the board, right? And they're as your viewers will know, in some communities the names will be a little bit different, a little bit more specific. So at the onset, it really was, would people get behind this? Would they support the pledge? And it's been quite exciting. Now we're transitioning into, you have to monitor what the changes are. And so the fisheries department really is the lead here, and they've been doing surveys up north in particular in the last couple years, and the research they've been doing is going longer, but it's making sure there's surveys in the water and then looking at the market to see how. Honestly, what we want to see is that less in the market during these months, but overall we're seeing bigger fish and more fish. So we'll keep looking at landings, we'll keep looking at in the water, and it will take some time as we let these fish grow bigger and grow big to breed. But depending on the health of your sites and your community, some will recover faster than others as well. But I've said this before, it's quite exciting. We're talking about that question now, right? We're not talking about do people care enough, or will they consider not taking the pledge, or sort of, well, what's recovery going to look like? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, I know that, 4FJ have enlisted, the prominent role of role models, should I say. For example, on this poster you'll see
King of Sevens.
the former King of Sevens there, the King of Sevens, Waisile Serevi. By using role models such as this, how effective has it been?
It's another great question, and a great part of the campaign is that this is really these folks who are role models and people look up to and listen to have been exceptionally valuable in bringing the message out. And in addition to Serevi, as I mentioned, the Methodist Church, traditional leaders, fishermen, and both male and female fishermen coming out. So the exciting part of the campaign is it's not really been us, and it's 6 a.m. and when we show up, and so this is my role to come on and talk, but really how this campaign's taking place is not us, it's these folks talking and then activating their networks, and so it's been extraordinarily exciting to see that happen. That this isn't, we helped create this with fisheries, but it's not our campaign. Yeah, it's really the people's campaign, and folks like Serevi in particular is quite
and of course
influential and popular.
Ben Ryan and the World Champions team.
So they've all pledged as well,
including
Miss Hibiscus. 2015. So these are some of the role models that you've used. Yvonne Makare as well. So big shout out to you this morning. Well, if people want to be part of this and they want to pledge, you've got details on that and how they can be part of it.
Yeah, and if we'll be out at events as we have in the past, and it's as simple as writing your name on the pledge. We'd like to take your picture, post it on Facebook. But for folks who can't get to the events, we have a number they can call or text. It's 718-953-9537. And it's as easy as that. Just pledge, text your name, where you're from, and I pledge, and you join the movement. And given that we have such big numbers of pledges already, we just want to encourage people to keep the pledge, to keep this going, because I think we've created a huge amount of momentum, and it's exciting that, again, we're talking about recovery.
Okay, so the pledge is on from now. Effective now till September, end of September.
End of September.
Just final words from you for our viewers this morning, Scott.
So as you mentioned, role models and sort of champions and spokespeople, we just really want to thank you, because you are now part of this and carrying this message forward. And just encourage everybody to go out and talk to their families about it. Just let them know. And the more people that know, the better off we'll be, because this is an important fish for the country. And so, we just invite everybody into the movement. And thank you again, Vanaka.
So it's Donu and Kawakawa, right?
Donu and Kawakawa.
Donu and Kawakawa.
For our viewers this morning, stay off Donu and Kawakawa for the next...
until September.
Yeah, until the end of September.
So big lunch, October 1st. All of us.
All right, well, we'll wait for your invite then.
We'll do it.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay.